players on the way. You want to wait there?
They're down the hall.
Okay.
You can get those guys that are standing there.
Okay, everyone ready? Justin, you still working?
Ready, good, go ahead.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Only 8 teams remain in the battle for the 2024 FCS National Championship. As we all know, this Saturday, the Bears, the number 7 seed, will travel to Fargo, North Dakota to take on number 2, North Dakota State. The Bison defeated Abilene Christian 51-31 this past Saturday. Bears are headed to play in the Fargo Dome, and according to the website of North Dakota State, one of the loudest environments in college football, with crowd noise reportedly going over 100 decibels. Bears, of course, most of you were here Saturday, defeating their 5th ranked team this season with a 17-10 win over Rhode Island. Defense limited the Rams to 49 yards rushing, and the defense added to its nation's best 8 defensive touchdown when Miles Redding picked off the Rhode Island pass in the first quarter, returned it for the first touchdown of the game. With that pick, Miles is now tied with teammate T.J. Moore, 7 interceptions. That places him first nationally in that category among the NCAA stats. With that, we'll bring up head coach Mike Jacobs.
Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. Glad to continue to have press conferences every Monday with you all. But, just kind of a quick recap. I'm really proud of our team's effort. Again, I think Saturday, it's kind of a microcosm of what the season's been. We found a way to win a tough, highly contested game. There's some things that we, did really well in the game. There's a bunch of stuff that we can get better at. But at the end of the day, late in the game, the last little bit of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, we played really good football and allowed us to win the game. So really pleased with just the toughness, the mental toughness of our kids. Again, I can't say enough about how our defense has played all season and our special teams, and those things shone through again on Saturday. It's a 1-score game, and Miles' huge play in the first quarter really was, one, it got us going a little bit, and then 2, really was the difference in the game. Other than that, defensively, I think we held them to 3 of 14 on third down. I thought that was a critical stat line. A number of those third downs were third and short yardage, so 1 to 3 yards, where we kept them and really forced them into punting. And so, those combined with the takeaways were critical to our success. And then, as we've done all year, try to create one-dimensional offenses by stopping the run and winning at the line of scrimmage, and to hold their running back, who was coming off a 224-yard game the week before. I think he had 39 yards on Saturday. You put those things together, and it made for a really great defensive performance that allowed us to get the victory. As far as offensively goes, we started off and we drove the ball down the field, stalled out a little bit, missed the one big pass play to Braden Smith early, where I felt like had we hit that, then maybe loosen things up a little bit. But the things that we did well, we were 8 of 19 or 9 of 18 on third down, which was big for us. We ran the ball for about 190 yards on the game, but we ran it at some critical times. C.J. Miller had 81 tough yards, but none bigger than probably the 3rd and 13 run to flip the field in the first half. They had done a good job of playing the field position battle, and we had started inside the 10, I think 3 series in the row there between the end of the first quarter and the second. So to get that out and at least flip the field, but then to close the game, right? Anytime you can finish a football game in the victory formation, it's a good deal. So we ran the ball effectively late in the game, and we didn't turn the ball over, and we were good on third down. So those things all really added up to the victory on Saturday. But looking forward now to being one of 8 teams left. We now set the school record for wins in a season at 11. We're further than we've ever been in the tournament, and we have an opportunity to go on the road and play in one of the best college football environments at any level in the Fargo Dome against the team that arguably over the last 15 years or 20 years has been really the lead at this level. And so I think it's a really good measuring stick for our program, and we're looking forward to the challenge and the opportunity to go play a really good football team on Saturday. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
more in those kind of like gadget kind of plays in situations?
Yeah.
Or is he just more or less like a...
Well, I think the thing is we have been a little beat up at the wide receiver position, and then just in general, we want to try to get some of our best playmakers on the field. And so we felt situationally there was an opportunity to do that some with DJ. And again, as good as Wiz played in his stretch, DJ still's a kid that's completed 72% of his passes. So as he's felt better and practiced better throughout the course of the week, we've looked to work him into the mix a little bit and some stuff. So yeah, we'll continue to try to just put things together where we get the best 11 on the field at once.
Mike, what have you seen from North Dakota State on film that really impresses you so far?
Yeah, I mean, all of it, right? I mean, they do the things well that we want. I think the thing that stands out, the two things that stand out the most so are the effort with they play with. I mean, like, and it's a head coaching change, but it's palpable. You can see it on the film, the strain and the urgency that they play with, and then there's a physicality about what they do. And they are who they are. They run the football. Their quarterback's been unbelievable this year. He's got just under 3,000 yards. I think he's got one interception, and that's through the Missouri Valley Conference and a round of the playoffs. And so, they're remarkably consistent in what they do, and they're as physical as any team I've seen on film, and they do their stuff better than most. And so, they're a really good football team.
Having a coordinator like Jamal Brown on your staff who's like seen a lot of these Missouri Valley football conference teams play out every year, what kind of advantage does that give you guys on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's huge. There's a couple guys on staff. Obviously, Jamal and his time at Youngstown State and having game plan for these guys, even though they've had a coaching change and transition, there's still a ton of same as and carry over on those guys for what they do. And then Devin Figueroa was there when he was part of the San Diego staff. I believe they played there in a playoff game. So just to have an idea of the atmosphere, everybody's talked to me that's been there about how loud it is, just being inside and how passionate their fan base is good. But Jamal's inside knowledge and having game plan before, I think, is a huge advantage.
I know the big thing, obviously, you talked about crowd noise, but Saturday it seemed like Five Star Stadium was pretty loud, pretty popping. How did that contact?
Yeah, we did. It was great. We had a good number of students here. I mean, we're headed into we're in exam week right now, and everybody knows Mercer's not one where you can just show up and take the final. You got to work towards it, and so to have a bunch of students still at the game, and we're competing a little bit with the SEC championship game and the Georgia Bulldogs being in it. So to still have the stadium pretty packed out and to have it be loud, again, our kids deserve that type of environment to play in because of what they're doing right now.
How do you prepare for what it's going to be like in Fargo with Coach Black?
Well, I can't turn the temperature down anymore, so we're playing inside anyway. But similar to what we did with Alabama, where I thought we handled the noise at Alabama pretty well, to be honest with you. But you guys will hear it all across campus and potentially downtown. I mean, we'll have the speakers out and we'll pump in some crowd noise and just work on the nonverbal communication aspect of what we need to do. So.
It looked like they performed well in all three phases. I mean, they had a kickoff return for a touchdown, a couple pick sixes, I think, or a couple interceptions at least. Throwing, running, in all three phases. What do you do to kind of just to stop that kind of power?
I mean, again, it goes back to the special team. The 100-yard kickoff, they were down 17-3 early in the first quarter, a little bit, shell-shocked, and then, they come out and they have the 100-yard kickoff return at 17-10, and the next thing you know, they're up by 3 scores. And that's them. They're not rattled. They've been in this position more than any other school at our level, and so especially at home, they know what they're doing. They had a couple big turnovers as well with interceptions, but the thing that gets you screwed up as a team, so for us, is if we get all out of sorts. If you start trying to get away too far from what you've done all season to get you there, I've hit it on repeat since I've been here. You have to run the football, you have to tackle really well when you play these guys, and you have to do your job. If you try to do something different and you're out of your gap against them, or you don't block who you're supposed to, then that's when you get yourself in trouble, when you're trying to do the extraordinary that's out of what's just your 1/11th to do. So we just got to do our jobs. We got to play as hard as we've ever played, and we got to know that going into this, man, we better have our stuff buckled up because it's going to be physical.
I know you're a Midwestern guy and all, but there are a lot of people on the team that are behind Jackson for the first time. Where Jackson for the first
I don't know. It's inside, man. So like, yeah. Listen. It doesn't bother me. I'm starting to wonder. You know, at times here in the South now, you wonder what the heck I was doing for 35 years in the Midwest when, you know, they got 15 inches of snow at some places. But we are all things we can't control. The weather being one of them. We're not going to worry one bit about it.
You ever been to Fargo before?
I have not. This will be my first time to the great state of North Dakota.
You can watch the TV show.
Yeah, have a little bit of that for sure.
Ford was a new thing. I was going to say, who do you want to see perform, like, I mean, the best? I mean, you want to control the line of scrimmage, obviously, on offense and defense, but is there a key component, defensive line, the wide receiver group, running back?
Yeah, I mean, the line of scrimmage, period. Like we, you know, some of our woes on Saturday a little bit is we had a little bit of a slow start. Is like we have to play better at offensive line. I mean, simple as that. And, you know, we were facing a good team, but we have to be more consistent in what we're doing up front. And you know, it starts there, and then our defensive line's got to be on point. And again, they got to stay in their gaps. They got to play with their hands. They got to leverage folks, and we got to do a tremendous job as a group getting 11 hats to the football and tackling. And we got to try to disrupt the football, right? Got to create some takeaways.
Coach, you were talking about having a slow start in defense, kind of keeping you guys in it, but having a slow start against a team like this, could it be harder for you guys to overcome that or more pressure on your defense?
Yeah, we just got, you know, the great thing is like we've proven that we're capable of offense, right? Like, so it's not, you know, it's not a thing. We played a good team last week and they played well. And sometimes, you know, people don't talk enough about that they played well against us. And so, yeah, I mean, we don't want to start slow against anybody, to be honest with you. And it's especially important when you're playing a team that's as good as North Dakota State is.
When you went back and looked at the film, was the offensive line in the first half the biggest thing that kind of you didn't like?
Yeah, I mean, all of it. I mean, there's nothing I don't like. And the thing is like a lot of times there'd be 9 or 10 guys doing it exactly the way we needed to, and we'd have a breakdown in 1 or 2 areas. I think some of it, what I'm looking for, and again, maybe I'm hypercritical of that group in particular because of the importance of it. Is, you know, we just need to strain more as well. We need to strain to finish blocks. We need to get people on the right people, and we got to work to finish. And when those guys are doing that, it helps a young quarterback, right? Like we had a couple snaps that were off target that affected us at times. Like things we haven't done all year kind of showed up for 15, 20 minutes of that game on Saturday, and we just got to get cleaned up. And again, was that the bye week because we have more offensive guys a little banged up? Like I have no idea. I know they practiced really well all week. I know we had a good game plan, and sometimes we just got to work to execute better. And again, that goes on us to make sure we're putting them in great positions. But yeah, I mean, everything starts and goes with the line of scrimmage, man. Simple as that.
Anything else, Coach Jason? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
Okay, let's go to our players. Let's go to the offensive side of the ball first. Let's go to our running back, redshirt sophomore from Gadsden, Alabama, C.J. Miller. Coach mentioned he had 81 yards rushing. That was 8.1 yards per rush on 10 carries. C.J., how give us an overview of how you felt we played Saturday?
I feel like we didn't play our best, but this week we're going to work and try to get to where we're supposed to be. We still haven't played a complete game, so that's what we're going to work to do this week.
Talk about your performance in that game towards the end of the thing. I know you had 81 yards and something slouch at. Just talk about how things went for you on Saturday.
It went well. Kind of expected it. We practice hard. I mean, we do this stuff at practice, so it transfers to the game.
I think that's your most, rushing yards in about 5 or 6 games now. What kind of went right for you guys in that second half?
Up front, they did well in the second half and throughout the game. So up front.
What are you looking forward to on Saturday?
Saturday, I feel like we just need to be us. We go out there and we be us. We're going to be real successful. We got to control the line of scrimmage. So we go out there and we do that, we'll be successful.
What was going through your head on the play? I mean, when you ran it back, I mean, I guess it's just like a normal play, but was there anything different?
Nah, I mean, it hits like that at practice. So getting the reps like that at practice and seeing it how it hit, I kind of expected it to hit like that because that's how it's been hitting all practice. So when I got the chance and I just seen it, I just hit it.
You're not intimidated at all, right? By
No.
going in the Fargo Dome?
Nah.
What do you want to build off this momentum of this Rhode Island win?
I want to see us play a full game, like play all together. Offense, defense, special team. I want to see us do it all together, put it all together.
And what are you seeing from them on film? I mean, just in terms of passing game, running game?
They're not like nothing we haven't seen before. I mean, I've seen them down to teams that we beat. I mean, like ETSU, we played them. They were down 12, and they came back in like 2 minutes left. So, I mean, they're nothing like we haven't seen before. So.
And I guess talking about your relationship and the running back team as well, like a lot of guys doing their part. It seems like everybody kind of got involved on Saturday. It seems like that was really the pivotal, key to the win. Talk more about just like everything that goes into that, especially in a playoff atmosphere.
I would say we're real close in the room. Like everyone, no one's really jealous or like gets mad at each other. Like we all together. Like we always push each other to work hard. And, like we get on to each other if like we mess up or whatever. Like no one's bigger than the other one. So we're all pretty close.
Anything else for CJ? All right, thank you, sir. All right, if there are any footballs in the room, do not put them in the air the next 5 minutes because this man will take it with him and run to the end zone with it. Miles Redding, senior defensive back from Mapleton. Miles, step up and share with us about the game last Saturday.
Good morning. Great win for the Bears on Saturday. I mean, anytime that you can, win a game, a close game like that is rewarding because, there were so many things that you could have fixed, any lapses during the game, and still being able to have more points than the other team at the end of the day is always a good thing for us. Going into this week, we're motivated. We don't want to, put them on a pedestal. We respect them. We understand that North Dakota State is, one of the best FCS football programs in history. But, we want to keep things about us, make sure we're taking putting our best foot forward in terms of preparing on and off the field this week in the treatment room, in the film room. And so, yeah, we're motivated to go up there and, shock the world. We understand that the spotlight's on us being one of 8 teams still in the playoffs, but even though the spotlight is big, we want the chip on our shoulder to be bigger. Yeah.
On your pick six in the first half, it seemed like you were almost in a picture-perfect position to get that ball. What's kind of going through your mind? What were you seeing on that play?
Yeah, before that play, the quarterback was looking at me. He was looking up to the other side at the receiver. I knew in that formation, since we repped it a lot of times this past week in practice. I actually dropped that pick a few times in practice this week. But, looking at him, I knew I had him and I was going to bait him and, take a step down to make him think I was fitting to run and then pop back out and rob the slant. The ball kind of surprised me. I couldn't really see past the O-line. It surprised me, which is why I bobbled it a little bit. But when I got the ball in my hands, I looked ahead of me. I had to score. There's been a few times I had a chance to score this year and I didn't get in. So being able to score, being able to give that momentum to the team. I know our offense had some early struggles there in the first quarter. Anytime the defense can put points on the board is a good thing for us. So.
And then I think the big stop at the end of the first half was a little controversial down the stretch. How big of a stop was that for you guys when they were pushed into this?
I mean, our defense has had a bend, don't break mentality all year. Anytime they get in the red zone, before every play, we're always yelling, they don't get in, don't leave it up for chance, whether it be a run, a pass. Similar to the interception play, I was free. I didn't have a responsibility that play, so I was just on the quarterback's eyes. And he popped back and threw the ball. Just being able to get my hand on it was a blessing, but I should have intercepted it. But, to get that stop, going into knowing that they get the ball back coming out the second half, gave us a sense of peace, getting back, make sure our offense, make the adjustment at halftime and making sure we can get the ball rolling for the last 30 minutes of the game. So.
What was Coach telling you guys at halftime?
I mean, he was telling us that our urgency and our effort wasn't where it's been all year. Sometimes you need those conversations, those pep talks from coaches to, get the team going. As far as defensively, we wanted to keep doing what we were doing, not really don't be satisfied, 0-0 mentality. As far as offense, we wanted to continue to encourage them that they're good, that we got their backs. But, yeah.
How's it feel to be leading the NCAA?
It's a blessing. I try not to look too much into it. Like I just said, having a never satisfied mentality, keeping a chip on your shoulder, keeping your head down and keep working. I feel like that's been a part of my journey and my success is not really worrying about the accolades and the honors and stuff like that, and just remaining humble through it all and, trusting my work.
I was gonna say, you say you got a chip on your shoulder, you're hungry. I mean, coach said he's only thrown one interception all year. You gonna be the second one?
Right. You know, we respect their quarterback. I've got the chance to look at a little bit of film on him. Anything, I mean, it goes, my interceptions come from, honestly, our D-line putting pressure on the quarterback, putting him in uncomfortable positions. So I feel like if we can do that early and often, it'll be more likely to throw an interception or throw into coverages to allow us to make plays on the ball.
We asked Ivy and Kenny the same thing, but is there any talk sort of between you and TJ when that's the one you get to pick up?
Yeah, me and TJ, I mean, TJ has been one of my closest friends on the team since I came in as a freshman in 2021. You know, we have that relationship where we can talk crap to each other, we can be hard on each other, but when he gets one, I'm like, all right, I'm about to go get one, or he's like, nah, I'm about to take it from you. And overall, it just makes us both better, make us both hungry to, you know, make plays, don't leave any money on the field, which overall just helps our back end and our defense as a whole.
Now, how much does Lance Wise feel that?
Oh, man, I talk to Lance every day. He's like, I'm mad at you. You broke my record, you and TJ. But he's also, I mean, proud of us, you know. We stepped in. He was the leader in the safety room when I came in, and just following in his footsteps and, you know, leaving my mark and leaving my legacy at Mercer is a blessing. I know he's proud of me, for sure.
Talking about leaving Mark, you came here 4 years ago, and now you're playing in the League 8 pretty much in the FCS Championship. What does that mean for you as a legacy?
I mean, it's a blessing. Staying true to myself, staying true to the program. You know, we had a coaching change this past offseason. We had the opportunity to leave, but trusting Coach Jacobs and his staff, trusting that, you know, they were going to put us in the best position to win. You know, it's a blessing to see it all come together towards the end of my career here at Mercer. And so, yeah, I'm thankful for that.
Miles, how long did your testing take on your own?
Probably like 4 hours. I got it like in 2022, so yeah, like 4 hours. Yeah.
And a surprise?
Yeah, they actually didn't know about this one. I got them at different times though, so in different sessions. So, but you know.
Okay, anything else for Miles? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
All right, men's football, the football team will play 3:30, as we all know, Saturday afternoon. Now, I'm sure you've already heard it's finals week, and so as we bring our basketball coaches up, and you're wondering why they're not playing till Sunday, it is finals, and we don't play games as the athletes are hitting the books. All right, let's bring in head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd. They had a couple of home games this week against Charlotte and Georgia Tech, and they'll be hitting the road on Sunday against Tulane. Coach Hurd.
Mike, how y'all doing today? Good. Yeah, just want to start off with a recap from last week. We had a tough game here against Charlotte. You know, we fought all the way back and lost on a last-second put back in. But you know, I'm really proud of our group. We're growing through adversity. Just continuing to keep growing every single day. I just love their fight. I love our will to continue to keep coming out every single day and finding a way to try to get better. And I think as a coach and as a staff, that's what you have to do every single day. You know, then you know Georgia Tech comes in, who was undefeated, who had just beat Mississippi State, who probably be in the top 25 this week. But you know, in that game, what we try to do is we just try to find a lot of positives out of that. You know, we talked about, you know, we shot 80% from the free throw line. We did a lot of good things. We won the fourth quarter. So that's won the fourth quarter against Mississippi State, won the fourth quarter against Georgia Tech. What that tells me as a coach is my players never give up. And that's what we talk about all the time. And, you know, I think that's the most important thing, to continue to keep building and growing. You know, I think we understand and know the struggles that we have. We're continuing to work on those to get better. I think we are shooting the ball better. I think we're shooting the ball better with confidence. I think what I'm most proud of is we came off a great road win at Bethune. And again, like I said, I had the opportunity to win the Charlotte game and then just ran across a great Georgia Tech team that's playing really well right now. So we'll move forward. They're in finals. So like you said, and just want to give them an opportunity to do the things that they need to do to take care of school. And then we'll get back in the gym and get going. And be ready to hit the road on Saturday so we can play Tulane on Sunday. So with that, I'll open it up with questions.
I know you talked a lot about growth throughout the season, but what's the biggest way that you've seen this team grow from November until now?
I think the adversity. I mean, we've had a lot of adversity with, 2 starters being out and gone, and, now we're growing and working through those things. And I'm really proud of, this group. Every single day they show up, and they show up for me and this staff. And I'm blessed to be their coach. For me, just as they are, I'm a big-time competitor. I hate to lose, but I understand all the wins that we're gaining every single day. And I think at the end of the day, it's about us getting prepared and ready to go for when conference hits.
And not one score over 10 points is not necessarily a bad thing, but just talk about the unselfish play of the team so far, just everybody finding each other.
Yeah, I think I said a lot in the Bethune-Cookman game. We had 20 assists, right? So I think what is great is I think the coaching staff is doing a great job of us trying to break down and put everybody in the best position so everyone's confident when they do shoot the ball and what that looks like. So, I'm just proud overall. I'm a proud coach, and I just want us to keep growing. And at the end of the day, I want them to have the best success and the best season that they possibly can, just like every other coach.
We've had a couple Power 5 games already. You talk about winning the fourth quarter. How big is that for you guys, just getting those wins, even though the losses, but how big is that for you guys?
Yeah, I think as a coach and I've been in this game a long time, you always have to look at all the positives and the wins, right? And those wins are that our girls will be, the players will be ready when we hit conference and we're playing against the players that we're playing against, because, there's a reason that, the top 25 teams, right? And so I think they'll be very confident to understand and know that we can follow out a game plan, that we can compete at the highest level, and we can do the things that we need to do so we can be successful.
You said you learned a lot. Obviously, you got a close home loss and then a road loss. Is there any of the ladies that surprised you the most on this team that just stand out to you that you're just like, I did not see that coming?
I don't think that I would say that. I think the biggest thing that I would say is that as a coach, when you put a team together in the last minute like we did, I think you learn and grow from everyone that you have, right? I think every single game, different people step up in different moments. I think a lot of people have gotten better each and every day, every week, every month. But I think, you grow in practice, but I think the thing that the staff and I look for is consistency on the floor during the games. And I would say Ariana Bennett, Ashley Locke, and Nahawa have been 3 of the consistents and having other people step up at different times. And I think that's the biggest thing. And we just got to continue to keep growing as a group. So we're ready to go. You have to be ready when your number's called.
Okay. Anything else, Coach Howard? Thanks, Coach. All right, we'll bring one of our players up now, Ariana Bennett, junior from Edwardsville, Illinois. If you would come up and share with us how the season's going for you thus far.
So far this season, we've had a lot of adversities, some obstacles to overcome, but I think overall we've kind of just learned to grow, become more cohesive as stuff has been thrown at us, and just continue to grow.
You scored double digits in each of your last 5 games. I think the stat line that stands out to me is 6 rebounds. Just talk about your ability and how you've grown from both ends of the floor throughout the season.
Really just working with the coaches, continuing to play with different people on the court helps me grow, help me learn my teammates. So if I find somebody, I'll get it to them. They find me. I think it's just really a play as a team type of thing. So whatever I could do to help the team, I'll do.
I asked Coach, but I'll ask you as well. What's the biggest way that you see this team grow, or you grow from November until now?
Definitely, like Coach said, the adversity. We've had a lot thrown at us with different people out, different people getting hurt, and just people like our freshmen stepping up and playing the roles that they have, everybody playing their own roles, and stepping up in that way. Yeah.
And then getting that experience to play against some Power 5 teams, what is that experience been like for you?
I love the competition, so whatever game is thrown at the team, I think we just enjoy competing. And playing against teams that do have that type of talent, it helps us understand where we stand as a team and where we can place ourselves.
And where would you say you guys stand as a team right now?
I would say playing hard, cohesive, being energy, having high energy coming out the gate. definitely helps us understand where we can work on things and where we are good.
Anything else for you? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's switch over to the men's basketball program. Coach Ritter will come up. These guys won both games this week in the A-Sun SoCon Challenge, defeating West Georgia at home. And then yesterday, a dramatic overtime win on the road at Stetson. Coach Ritter.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Again, don't get tired of saying, but congrats, Coach Jacobs. I know we'll be locked in this weekend, fired up for you guys to get up there and do something that's never been done here before. And as a coach, know how hard it is that what you guys are doing, man. Special time for us. So glad to be a part of it. Hate that we had to miss the in-person game, but we had locked into our phones on the bus, and it was pretty cool for us to follow along. So. And speaking of our team, I'm excited. I think you guys can tell in my voice. I get excited about our guys, regardless of wins and losses. But when you're building a program, there's some things that got to happen. You can teach and you can build a foundation, but there's this thing called wins and losses. And when you win basketball games, it really helps your group believe in what you're building. And we have, if you look at the last 5.5 games, didn't start off great. We kind of get blown out by we got blown out by DePaul. Went to South Alabama and played a really tough first half, just didn't play well. But from that point on, this group has gotten better and better. And when you find a way to win close games, it helps reinforce the things that we're teaching. And, you look at, I guess, 3 of the last 4 or 4 of the last 5 have come down to some last 5 minutes of the game. 5 minutes ago in the game could go kind of either way, and our group has found a way to win those games. Early on in the season when you're building with so many new players, something doesn't go your way, and all of a sudden 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and your team starts sliding in the wrong direction. Well, with us, I think you're seeing the exact opposite. We're seeing roles being identified. You're seeing guys playing with lots of confidence. Our guards are playing tremendous right now. We've had some really tough inside guys, and we're just growing. We're getting better day by day, and I think that's the most important part of this season. At this point in the season, and obviously we've got a couple games before Christmas, we'd like to end this thing on a high note and get a chance to come back in here and play a home game on Sunday. I know our group's going to get better from now till Sunday as we focus on academics as well. So that being said, open it up for questions right now.
Well, congrats on win 100 and then 101 in overtime. Another overtime win. I mean, what are you learning from your team right now, dealing with these, pulling it out at the end like this, like you just said, in the last 5 minutes? What have you seen from your team?
Well, we say it all the time. We have tough and high IQ guys. I mean, we have a tough group of kids, and they're smart. The ability that they have to go in and make adjustments throughout the game, it's great as a coaching staff because you plan, you prepare, but there's still in-game adjustments you want to make, and virtually everything we've thrown out to these guys, they've been able to do in the course of a game. And when you have a new group, sometimes it gets a little fast. You don't really know. These guys have stayed the course. And if you look at our games, we've had games where we've been up 10-15. We've had games where we've been down 10-15. And yet, the majority of both overtime games, we found a way to go in. And if you watch the Stetson game, I got to say this because this is the truth. We're up 15-16 at Stetson. And second half, whatever happens, we're down 1. There's 26 seconds to go on the clock. There's 19 seconds on the shot clock. We tell our guys, hey, listen, we're going to get 1 stop. We're going to get a rebound in transition, and we're going to push. If we need a timeout to draw something up, we'll call a timeout. Well, we get a great stop. Shot goes up. Stetson has the ball. The littlest dude on the floor just comes and rips it out of his hands. Toughness play. Rips it out of his hands, sprints down the floor, draws a foul in traffic, goes 1 of 2, and everyone's like, oh, well, he missed 1 free throw. He missed 1 free throw. He got the 50-50 ball. He didn't panic. He didn't call timeout. He did exactly what winning basketball players do. And I knew at that moment we're winning in overtime. Our group's too together not to. So I think that's what you're seeing. You're seeing guys figure out how to win, and it looks different each night.
You talked about the aggression. I was looking at the stats. I think you guys are forcing like 16 turnovers a game. That's top 30 in the NCAA right now. Just talk about what you're seeing on the defensive end as well.
Well, I think that goes back to our guys is, we throw a lot of different defenses at them. We've been pretty good in our man defense, but, yesterday I think we played 10 or 11, 12 possessions of zone. We've been really good in pressing, and it's not something that we spent a ton of time on. But these guys' ability to figure it out on the fly, I think keeping teams off balance. I think it was 17 turnovers against Stetson, and I don't know, 17, 18, 19 against West Georgia. It's really these guys just figuring out how to play with each other and trusting and making plays.
And top 10 pass break offense in the country, just talk about that ability to get out in transition and score points after forcing turnovers, getting out, and things like that.
Well, I know you guys probably don't believe this, but we score a lot of points a game, but we don't work on offense a lot. we really focus on the other side of the basketball. So what these guys are able to do, they're able to play in space. They play with big-time confidence, and we got good players. We got a great point guard that can create for others. We got some guys that can make shots, and we've got inside guys that can finish. So we get a chance to seek an advantage. We do it, and like I said, 9 games in, these guys are getting better and better at offense.
We'll talk about that guard play. You said the guard play's been great. I mean, top 10 fast break offense, turnovers are great. I mean, what's the transition like? How proud are you to see that guard play? Because, I mean, a lot of coaches love when their guards are going on. So.
Well, I think the truth is college basketball is won by guards. You got to have a big-time group, you got to have big-time roles, but those guys that play really well in March, they have 1 or 2 guys that can just go get a bucket and make a play. And when you look at our backcourt right now, Ahmad was SoCon Player of the Week last week. And it's crazy because he's off to such a good start statistically. We had one area where we just said, hey, you compete your tail off, don't get any dumb fouls. Right? That was the first thing. I'm sorry, we had 2 things. And the second thing was everything you're doing well. You're rebounding, you're guarding, you're making shots at this unbelievable clip. You're making free throws. Let's cut down on turnovers a little bit. And what did he do the last 2 games? 7 assists to 1 turnover ratio. 7 assists to 1 turnover ratio the last 2 games. All right, so he's coachable. He's a leader. He can get a bucket. He can make others better. And the second, we got one of the best shot makers in college basketball right now. I mean, Chip Johnson, he gets it up. I didn't realize we're up 1, 40 seconds to go. Brady Shoulders gets a rebound. Throws it to Cam Bryant. Somehow gets the chip. And I thought during the game, I thought it was wide open, right? Well, I came back and looked. He's 4 feet off the line. Dude's contesting him. But, I don't know analytically if it was the right shot, but I know when Chip Johnson had his feet set, we were okay with him taking that shot. So, I think our backcourt's been really, really good. We got to continue to lean on them along with other guys to help aid in that.
Okay, anything else for Coach Ritter? All right, Coach. And as an eyewitness, I can tell you yesterday, Coach might have broken a record for a visiting coach to have family in attendance at one game. There were 200 members plus of the Ritter family and friends at that game yesterday. So he had a large contingency of folks, of Mercer folks. All right, let's go bring Ahmad Robinson up. Ahmad from West Orange, New Jersey. Ahmad, come on up and share with us how the season's going for you.
Yes, sir. Hello. How's everybody doing? Am I good? Yes, sir. What's going on? I do.
Just talk about winning SoCon Player of the Week last week. Talk about the last 2 games for you, going to the SoCon ASUN Challenge. Just what have you seen out of the team so far and your performance as well?
So, yeah, winning SoCon Player of the Week, of course, is a great thing. Feels good for a personal matter. But the best thing right now, of course, is the team, and the team allowing me and believing me to get that award. So that's really what that's about. It's really a team award at the end of the day. That's how I see it.
Walk us through the end of the game on yesterday as well. So let's kind of go through your mind.
So yesterday I wasn't playing one of my best games. So, I'm just trying to figure out other ways I can impact the game other than scoring. So right then needed a rebound. So went and got a rebound and just took the length of the floor, trying to put it in the bucket. And, of course I wanted to make both free throws, not how it happened. But once I realized, all right, we got to overtime, I know we got this. We work on 5-minute drills every day in practice. We work on final stops. We do a lot of repping, playing together and stuff like that. So I was just super confident. My guys giving me confidence too, so it's easy.
You played 41 minutes yesterday as well. You guys scored 16 points in overtime. Just what was kind of the biggest difference between the end of the second half and overtime? What was kind of the biggest thing Coach Ritter was telling you guys?
I didn't really feel a difference because I feel like we always play really hard. We don't live and die by the results, as Coach always tells us every day to respond. Especially me, sometimes it's annoying, but it's like, he's telling the truth. He's telling everything we need to hear. He's a great coach, and all of the guys believe in him. I believe in him. We believe in our assistant coaches. We believe in our GAs. We believe in our managers, everybody. So it's easy when everybody believes in the next person to just go out there, give your full effort, and the results, you got to live with them.
You guys do anything off the court to improve that chemistry where you guys can build that trust?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially for me, like even at the start of the season, it was surprising how many people actually got in the gym and consistently stay in the gym. Because most college athletes, everybody's in the gym in the summer, everybody's in the gym before the real first official practice. But it's like, who's gonna really stay in the gym after that? And just, I think everybody noticing that, seeing that everybody's staying in the gym, everybody's getting extra work in, it just gives us extra confidence in each other, knowing that, all right, this person actually works on what he's doing in the game. This person's actually trying to get better. So, just like that. And we do hang out off the court too as well, so I think that makes it a lot easier for us to communicate on the court.
Yeah, as guards, you want to be vocal leaders on the court. How do you feel fitting into that role? Like, do you just take it on, or is it something special to you? Or?
Yeah, I mean, especially on the court, I feel like I do talk maybe sometimes too much. But we have plenty of guys who help us out, who, when I'm maybe not level-headed, it could be Cam, it could be Chip, it could be anybody who hey, come on, let's bring it on, let's go, we got this. Like, I remember, I can't remember exactly what game, I think the Jacksonville game, I kind of got down a little bit. I'm looking at the score, and here comes Cam. Come on, we got this, stay locked in, we got this. So simple stuff like that, comes from any one of us. Could be any one of us, so that's really what makes us special.
It seems like you're pretty aggressive, not just offensively, but defensively, and it kind of seems like that's where you kind of pick up some of your fouls. Obviously, you want to be aggressive
For sure.
because that's how you get your steals. I think you average over 2 steals per game. But what's some of the things like Coach Aaron and the staff is telling you defensively to kind of limit your steals, or not limit your steals, but limit your fouls, but still be aggressive defensively? Like, what are you trying to work on?
Yeah, so just more showing my hands defensively, not picking up any silly fouls. That's really what they're trying to express to me. And just doing my work early. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, anything else for Lamont? All right, thank you, sir. All right, remember
Sir.
finals week, these guys will be home on
Thank you.
Sunday against Chicago State. Ladies will be on the road against Tulane. All right, thank you for coming this week. If we would, let's let the media members eat first, and we appreciate each one of you coming. Thanks so much.